Hello everyone and welcome back to the KryptoCraft server with Fwipp. Today I found a quest ram and I have been trying to, well, wool it up. Looks good. What am I missing? Good question. That looks like it's dark gray, so I might be missing black right now. Other than that, let's double check here in the list. We got brown, we got red. Magenta, right. We need magenta dye, which is made with pink dye, red dye, and blue dye. Oh yeah, that's true, isn't it? I don't have that one. Okay, that's easily done. I left some dyes for myself up in the dispenser, just in case I screwed up. So here's some blue dye, and red dye is easily gotten from flowers everywhere. So let's just take care of this one, and I'll be one step closer to earning whatever it is that this quest ram gives as a prize. Okay. So I think I just need to put them all together, pink and blue. Magenta, awesome, okay, good. That's true, it's tricky when you mix the dyes together. It's extremely easy to forget one of them, just one. Because there's a lot of dyes in this game. Alright, magenta dye. Eat it up, Mr. Ram, there we go. Yeah, there it is, right after the purple, beautiful, okay. What else do we need now? It's either already got gray, or it's got black. So what color is that? Is that black or gray? I don't know. See, the ram starts with some already completed. What about cyan? Do we have cyan yet? Cyan is just blue and cactus green. Oh, well, I don't particularly have any cactus green, and I already gave you white, so stop looking at me like that. Okay, it's got cactus green already from the looks of things. Does it have cyan already? Wow. It moves a lot, doesn't it? The quest ram, that is. No, I haven't done this challenge before, which is simply complete the quest ram's quest. And it's very moody. Very movie. Did it get longer since I've been adding wool to it? It's starting to look like an accordion. Okay, I don't know if this is so good. Alright, so is there any other way to make black? No, I need ink sacks. Okay, in that case, I'm going to head back home, get some more materials, and maybe we'll actually have this thing beaten. Because how many bars are on it? Oh my goodness. Okay, stop moving for a minute. Whoa, 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 where'd you come from? Not impressive. I was working on stuff, zombie. Okay, how many does it have if it stops moving? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, no, 14, 15. Yeah, I think there's 16 colors of wool, so I think we're just missing black. Okay, since I doubt squids actually spawn in the Twilight Forest, I think I'm gonna have to head back home, get an ink sack, and return. So I will meet you right back here. Hopefully that's the case. I might also be missing cyan. So we'll check that out. And then we'll be good to go. And we're back! Let's actually complete this quest, which I haven't even encountered on single quest yet, here on KryptoCraft. Okay, so, you want the black wool, right? Yes! Oh my goodness, what did you drop? Gold blocks, diamond blocks, lapis blocks? Okay, so you gave me the rare crumble horn, in addition to a bunch of really rare awesome blocks. That's crazy! Block of iron, block of emerald, block of gold, block of diamond. So after all that, was it worth it? Well, yeah. 9 diamonds, 9 gold, and the other stuff's pretty awesome. And the rare crumble horn. Now, what on earth do you do? And where can I test it out? Can I test it out here? Oh, it has a charge up. It's doing something under the ground that I can't see. Let's have a look there. What's it doing? I don't know. I think it might have done something to the dirt. I can't be sure. Let's try it out right here. On the stone. Oh, it's going too far. Okay, so, Crumblehorn destroys the ground. Turns stone to cobble, cobble into gravel, gravel into air, and basically, shreds the landscape. Wow, that is one really, really big ram now. Haha. Not to insult you or anything, Mr. Ram, but Yeah, you've really grown up, haven't you? Okay, so what is next then? I better fill in the ground here, just in case. Just, it seems like the right thing to do. Very, very interesting. I can't really see a big use for the crumble horn itself, other than being an extremely rare item. But you know what? Sometimes you don't need use for items. Sometimes it's like a trophy. Alright, we're gonna head back home now. And before you're questioning me about all these marble princesses, I gotta say, I kinda ran out of bees to work with. It turns out that when you mix water drones with common drones and you get a river drone, there's no more possible mutations, I don't think. At least, none that I have right now. I've kind of reached the end of the line with industrial princesses as well, and what I would need is imperial ones. Those are the ones that have the royal jelly. You know, I can have a ton of pollen, but it's not going to do me any good without that jelly. I am jelly of people that have jelly, but nobody has it right now. So I'm the only one who could basically make ambrosia and, like, sell it to people, which would be pretty cool. I like that idea. Royal jelly is also necessary in the production of things like an alveary, a block that I've never actually experimented with yet. So it's generally an endgame bee item to make bees ridiculously more efficient, I guess. So it's going to take me a while to do that. So I'm just going to change all these marble princesses into hopefully cultivated and common ones, and then from there into whatever happens next. So why don't I just meet you back at the base? This is pretty awesome. And there we are. The crumble horn may make an interesting sheep noise and do interesting things to the ground, but I think it looks a lot better on my mantelpiece. Now you're probably thinking, where are you, Fwipp? Well, never fear. I'm still on the top of my house. I removed that ugly glass box that was up here because this is a modern house. Why would I have a giant arcane glass box for no reason? So I decided to redesign that with basalt brick panels and teak wood up here. Isn't it nice? Teak wood. It's like gray, kind of grimy. I can see myself using it for other things, but that's one thing that my tree breeding experiments have gotten me. A ton of very interesting saplings. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on this house, and I'm going to try to explain it all, because I off-screened making it, because that takes a while, the crafting process. Let's just explain what it does and what it can do. So, first of all, let's grab me some goggles of revealing so I can really explain what's going on. Alright, so you might be aware that aura nodes, you see, they have a limit. You'll see in the bottom left there, mine is 373 out of 339. Now the thing is, what's making it go over the limit is these crystal clusters. Periodically, they kind of give a node more aura, and they kind of increase the maximum that they have. This, of course, does create flux, but we'll get to that in a minute. This new block here is a crystal capacitor. It's actually a new use for those dull shards that you might find when you're regularly mining after you've done a lot of thaumcraft stuff. Anyways, what it does is it stores 100 Vs, and it takes 1 Vs if there's too much in the aura, or it puts 1 Vs back if your aura happens to be a bit down. It only does this like 1 per second, either way, I believe. But the thing is, if you've been following Single Quest, I used an infernal furnace to drain all the aura out of my base. Very unfortunate, and I've had to move a couple of times. Thing is, this is a multiplayer server. That means it's on all the time, and there's a chunk loader in my base, so this chunk is loaded all the time. So, if my aura gets low while I'm offline, the crystal clusters will make the aura go overfilled. The capacitor will store it all, and basically, in this way, I never drain all the Vs out of my area. Even if I'm in danger of that, I've made an identical setup on that island over there, where I'll fly over there just a sec. There is the second ore node, yes, the one that is next closest to my base. Now, if you'll notice, the flux over here is only moderate. That's kind of scary, considering I don't do thaumic things next to it. That means that moderate flux is only coming from my crystal cluster and capacitor setup. I don't think the capacitor creates flux, so it's the fact that these crystals themselves, when they make the aura node go over the limit, it causes problems. Now, the only problems that I've noticed so far, as you've seen, are giant angry zombies that can kill you in 2 hits, but that's kind of fun. I call that an acceptable risk. Second thing is fire bats. These burning things will kill any non-hostile mob they see, so basically, I have to trap all my golems inside my house, or they will burn while I'm offline. It's horrible. I don't know how to deal with it other than keeping things inside, so unfortunately, golem farm, until I make something like closed off, we're not going to have that. These blocks on the floor here are encased tower wood blocks from that tower in the Twilight Forest. And this thing over here is a magical mirror. Now, what can I do with this? Well, for example, this one leads back to the factory with an identical setup as this. Just a mirror on the wall and a hungry chest underneath. So, let's say, for example, and we'll use an example that's true, every time I die and head back to spawn, there's no food in the entire factory. So you just end up starving to death sometimes. So let's say I just really want there to be some food at spawn. So I'll just grab the baked potatoes, chuck them through the hole in the wall. Now, how much Vs did that take? It was 373 and now it's 369. So it does take up some to transport it. But basically, it's not in this chest. It went through the wall and it's back at the factory. You might be thinking, well, why don't you just have an ender chest, Fwipp? Doesn't that also operate on the principles of magic? Well, the mirror is a darn cool looking decoration. I mean, you stare into the abyss long enough, good ideas start to flow into your head. Anyways, no, here's the thing. Say I wanted to trade with a player who's back at the factory, right? Thing is, if it was an ender chest, he could just take his stuff back. In this way, once it's through for good. You'd have to go back to that specific chest to throw it back through the mirror if you wanted to. So this is actually not only a cool trading setup, but it looks really awesome too. Now what I want to do today is something I haven't done before. Let's take off these glasses just because, seeing the dangerous levels of chaos and flux are kind of scary. We can avoid that entirely by just pretending it's not there. That sounds safe, doesn't it? Alright, now what I want to do today is automate some bees some more. And to some people who've been asking how the tree breeding system works, I think I explained it pretty good last time, but basically, you grow a bunch of trees next to each other, you have bees working nearby, and then gradually the leaves will change. Like, see this spruce one? That's not a natural leaf. Neither is that red one there. It's very easy. This jungle's a bit harder to tell, but that one's a little darker green. It's visual, right? You can tell that weird one up there on the kapok tree, right? That's a darker color green. That means they are ripe for harvesting with a grafter. I mean, you could try punching it, but there's a very good chance you won't get saplings from them. Just, because it's kind of tricky to say what the chance of getting a sapling is regularly. Now, a grafter is this. Grab a couple bronze, grab a couple sticks. Now, these only have 5 uses, okay? There is technically a 6th use, but the grafter will have no durability and will break instantly without a chance to give you a sapling. So don't do that. Just count to 5 and you'll be okay. How hard is that, people? Shouldn't be that hard. Oh, whoops. I do have multiple ways of getting through my house right now, so I'm just getting used to the different systems I've set up for myself. All right, let's pick an interesting looking thing. How about this one here? There we go, that's a silver lime. Which makes sense, because I think this was originally a silver lime tree. My cross breeding... Oh, there we go. That one was clearly new, right? Hill cherries. Now, I've actually got a ton of hill cherries. And see, this one's actually very fruitful. Get the joke? Because it's an apple. Anyway. Point is, I've got so many saplings right now. It's ridiculous. There we go. So, you see how it has no durability right now? Watch this, I'll just hit a piece of grass. Broken, instantly. I wouldn't get a sapling if I had tried to use that on another leaf. So just keep that in mind. I don't want you guys who are tree and bee breeding to get mixed up about durabilities and lose a... Ooh, what was that? Ooh, that's a new one. Common walnut. Okay, that is great. Because... Oh my gosh. That's a second one. Alright, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm guessing that to get a common walnut sapling, you've actually got to mix a silver lime with something that's nearby here. I have so many trees right now, I couldn't tell you for sure what's doing it. Point is, The common walnut sapling, once I put it through a tree analyzer, which is like a beealyzer but made with copper. Thing is, these things here, they actually need a 2x2, if I'm not mistaken. Where's that? Right, I've got them placed in various chests. Common walnut. Let's just have a look, actually, to prove that I'm not just, you know, talking out of my hat. And I'm not wearing a hat, so there's a problem there. Yeah, okay. It says right here in the first column, I think. There it is. Girth, 2x2. So I actually need 4 common walnut saplings to have any sort of walnut growing in my place. Now, thankfully, I've already got one. So that means that, very slowly, I'm going to be able to grow whatever this walnut tree looks like. I have no idea. It's huge. It's probably huge. I mean, 2x2? Come on. What is that going to look like? I also have a myrtle ebony sapling, but that's going to take a while to get the other ones, I believe. Let's just chuck the trees back into the treealyzer program. Ah, here we go. This is something else I need to do now. Hill cherries. I like them. I like cherries. They seem like rare food that is useless, but if I do plan on making the theme park, they could make a nice prize, you know? I don't know, to feed people even foods, you know, sell lots of foods. Okay, let's work on the acclimatizer, which of course is a major power drain on your system unless you make sure it's shut off. Okay, where did I put this stuff? Right. Lava will change the temperature of a bee. So if you have like a winter bee, you could use lava to try and make it closer. And this thing here, the tropical queen, you see, humidity. It needs a damp environment or none. That's why I'm adding sand. Sand changes the humidity. I think water or ice can also do different things to bees. But let's go over here to our redstone energy cell and tell it to just pump out 5 every so often. That should keep the acclimatizer topped up, because this is going to take a while to turn this this tropical queen into a queen that can actually work in my environment. And it's very difficult to work here, honestly, but I've kind of broken the rules slightly. Well, only the rules of physics. You see, if I'm standing here, I'm in a beach biome, and a beach biome is very similar to like a meadow or forest. Lots of bees can live there. If I walk a little bit this way, I'm suddenly in a savanna. A savanna is like a desert, okay? Nothing. Not many bees can live in that. I mean, I could probably, if I can find some nether bees in the future, grow them there. Or some desert bees, but other than that, nothing else can grow there. So I am right on the edge of the savanna line. I'm in the beach, I'm growing my bees, it's doing great. What I want to do today is I've reached some very interesting and useful bees, and I want to be able to automate them somehow. The breeding process, I mean. So that my products just, I can keep stockpiling them without having them on hand. This in particular is what I love. The ebony drone. I gotta make sure that it works, though. Ebony drones create ebony combs. They're made by mixing a rocky princess with a valiant drone. And valiant drones you can only find randomly and very rarely in the wild in any hive, I believe. Any wild hive can have valiant drones in them. It's difficult to get, but I did. I got lucky. Point is, ebony drones create these things. Ebony drops once you put their combs through the centrifuge. And ebony drops are basically a substitute for ink sacs. Get that? So I can actually have an infinite supply of black dye without needing to kill squids if I do it right. Let's just mix these things in here. Unfortunately, as you'll notice, once I've analyzed trees, they don't tend to stack anymore. So I have way too many hill cherry saplings. If somebody wants to, for example, trade me a bunch of items for a hill cherry forest, that'd be interesting, because some of these ones can grow cocoa, some of them are larger and cocoa. I don't know when I'd really need these things. I'm terrible about keeping items. I've even got this indexer here, just so that all my special bees are kind of here. I need to figure out how to get more natural princesses, or sweetened drones. I think I need to mix this with a plain diligent one, though. They only go in the indexer if you shift-click, funny enough. I don't know why that is. Oh well. I like mixing my bees around at night, simply because then the tropical ones aren't poisoning me for 33 seconds. Because tropical bees... Here, I'll show you. If you didn't know... Where are they? They're in one of these apiaries. I've got a lot around. I have to trade with villagers to try and get the trade with the proven frames available. I really do like bees, though, guys. It's really fun. Like, check this out. Tropical Princess gives you silky combs. Silky combs give you silk, and with silk, that's the only way to get the woven things to make woven backpacks or maybe apiarist clothes so that I could possibly stop getting poisoned in the near future. Alright, so what I want to do is get these ebony drones. Once they finish doing their ebony thing, I want to make it so that they automatically breed together. Yes. Yes, I do. Infinite ebony drops would be pretty awesome. So I'm going to need some materials for this. Okay. What I'm going to need is a wooden transport pipe and an auto-archic gate, because the apiarist pipe doesn't actually pull things from an apiary. And the auto-archic gates function just like redstone engines. Only you can tell them to pump when there's stuff in the inventory, and it's great. It saves a lot of space. I only realized that, like, the other day. Okay, so I'm probably going to want an iron transport pipe. Maybe some stone ones, and... I'm really fond of converting all my chests into the metallic chests, because it's like an inventory upgrade without any issues. It's wonderful. Like, you got some spare iron, silver, gold lying around. Bam! You get a chest this large! That's amazing. I don't know what I was doing when I didn't discover these chests, because they're just so wonderful. Okay, so let's see if we can get this set up somehow. Got myself a wooden transport pipe. Probably put it in the top. Probably want to put an apiarist pipe on top of that, which is just an upgraded form of a gold pipe. Okay, and then what? Why do I want the iron pipe in the first place? I don't know. I have not done this before. This is what it's going to look like for a Fwipp who's, you know, he's used to doing things like... Okay, wait a minute. I did a lot of stuff off screen, you know, all the thaumcraft research, figuring out how the capacitors work. Now we're going to try and figure out how this apiarist pipe works. Okay, so if I right-click on the pipe when holding not a pipe, what does it do? Okay. I don't understand. Okay. Now I want to make it so the queen and the ebony princess... No, the ebony princess and the drone go back and auto-breed with each other. So... how would I do that? I suppose that's where the iron pipe would come in? Because I don't want the bees to go back in. Right? Right. So we'll just hook it up simple like this. Okay. Okay. Now, there might be combs of all sorts coming out of this thing. So maybe I want to at least make sure they're not being pumped into the ocean, because that would not only be a horrible waste, but, you know, slightly against the regulations of environmental safety. I mean, they can catch me on that one. They can't catch me on the ridiculous amount of fire bats I am filling the atmosphere with. Okay, so. Auto-archic gate. Put that there. Tell it that, let's see here. When there are items in the inventory, do a Do a pulse. That should pull combs out. Okay, let's make sure that the cocoa combs, in case it still produces those, and I hope it doesn't. Yeah, let's make sure those are still going into the green area. What? Oh! Okay, you right-click to tell it stuff. Okay, in that case, I want to make sure that drones are going into the yellow area. Right, what does this mean? 0 to 1, 0 to 1. What does this mean? Okay, first of all, I want to make sure that my ebony drones are going this way. Does this actually have to make me cycle through every drone I've discovered? There we go, ebony drones that way. I also want to make sure that ebony princesses go that way. How do I distinguish between that and that? Anything, items, any bees, go that way. No. Okay. Interesting. So I can right-click on this to tell it lots and lots of different things. Okay, so any bees, especially ebony bees, go through the yellow pipe. Now the green pipe, which I want to be... oh, that's easy enough. Said than done, right? Only items go through the green pipe. Right? So is this iron one set up correctly, or are they going to hit the iron pipe and not be able to go anywhere? That's also a possibility. I might have hooked it up wrong. What are the options we have with this iron pipe? It can be open, or it can be open and closed there, or closed on both sides, probably still. I think this is the option we want, where they will go into the apiary, but they can't come back out. Right. Right. I'm going to have to hang around here for a bit. Okay, there goes a comb. Hey, that is interesting. It acts just like a gold pipe. Well, I mean, it is a diamond pipe. I didn't realize that that worked like that. Okay. So it automatically chucked the comb over here. That's good. That's what I want for right now. I might set up something a lot later where all my bees automatically send their combs to my factory. But for right now, this is the first test. That actually would be kind of cool. See, I don't know. When it comes to my house right now, I have this massive, ugly-looking forest of half-breeded trees and hybrid leaves. It's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Very choppy, very torn to pieces, and an absolute ton of bee work going on. If I filled it with pipes doing essentially the same thing, would it look much worse? I'm already pretty bad. Oh, there we go. Oh, an ebony comb. That's one of the things I'm definitely after. The deal with these ebony bees is they make that every 6 minutes, I think. 6 minutes or 6 seconds? I don't know. But I want to see what happens. Like, what if I were to tell the yellow pipe? Well, I'd have to tell the green pipe. Items. Yeah, items. What if... Okay, I think I have an idea. Because I'm thinking, what happens if, you saw there, the ebony drones, there was a Valiant one in there too. So there's a possibility that this combination actually will make other drones than ebony ones. And then they'll just get stuck in the pipe. And that wouldn't be very good. No, no. If I want to make this at all automated. Automated. Lava. Okay. Lava. Anyway, I don't know which it is. It doesn't matter. What I'm going to do now is just grab another iron transport pipe. Grab another, Am I out of stone transport pipes? Goodness, those are like easy to make though. Come on, Fwipp. Be a little more organized than that. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure that if there are any drones that aren't ebony, they are going to go to the same place as the product chest is. And I'll just deal with that a bit later. All I want to know is how well I can actually automate this stuff. I don't think there's any difference between stone transport pipe and cobblestone transport pipe other than... No, I really don't know. How is this any different? Oh well. There's a lot of experimentation I'm going to have to do. Okay, that'll be a red line. That's cool. So we'll grab our iron transport pipe in a moment. I want to be able to be sure which this is connecting to. So, like this? No, no, not like that. Like that. Okay, so right now that iron pipe is set to nothing. And now it is set to... what does this do? Does this put things in the pipe or not? Okay, that would be the exit, right? So that would technically... no. It needs to be other way around. Right? Because the closed end is on this side? I'm a bit confused when it comes to these pipes, but that's okay. How's it going in there, Ebony Queen? Looking good. Alright, so let's right-click the pipe. Red one, I want it to be... drones. Yes. There's no chance at all that I'm going to be getting a different princess. So I want it to be drones. Go through the red pipe. Yeah. That makes sense. It won't loop here forever. I mean, even if it did, it would just get outputted back that way. Oh no! What did that do wrong? Why? No, 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 no. That's not right. What did I do wrong there? The comb came out, hit the iron pipe, and basically exploded. I didn't even get the comb. I did now. Okay, that's weird. That is really crazy, and I guess that's why people use iron pipes in this setup. I've got it totally wrong. This here should be another stone pipe. There's no possibility that anything coming in this way isn't going to want to go back in. Now, that means that right here needs to be another iron pipe. That way, no matter what happens, the comb won't do that again. Okay, so which one is it? It's this one, right? Yeah. It'll hit this, and the only place it can go is in the chest. I think that's right. Okay. So this is basically probably the easiest solution, but also probably the lamest looking one I've ever seen. I've never actually done this before. Okay. We really need to come back when this bee dies. Okay, we fast forwarded just a little bit. Our tropical queen is now with a status of down 1, which means it will accept things that are a bit substandard. I think. Maybe it needs down 2 because it still only likes damp and warm environments. Warm or none is the temperature. Humidity. I think that means I need to add some ice so that she'll accept it being a regular environment. Anyway, the drone here should explode soon. And it has. So, let's try and tell what's the matter now. Because it should have gotten sucked right up the pipe. Okay, items in inventory, energy pulsar. Yes. So, why is it saying there's no inventory in the apiary? Because obviously there is. Right, the bees exploded and got into the second thing. So what am I doing wrong here? What just happened was all the bees I had just got shot everywhere. I picked up the Ebony Princess, and the drone went in the right place. Right? The noble drone went the right place, but why didn't it recognize that they were in there? Items in inventory. Maybe space in inventory. No. Inventory full. No. No energy. Energy stored. Missing queen or princess. That would be it, wouldn't it? Because I don't care about getting the combs as soon as they're made, but as soon as the princess explodes, it would suck up everything. Okay. Red is currently set to any drone. That's why the noble one went in there. The princess is not a drone, and also not a comb, so it didn't go anywhere at all. That's why that happened. Therefore, what I need to do is grab some more pipes and pipe in the princess separately. Maybe that's why. Maybe they simply need different pipes. I don't know if there's a better way to do this, but this is the way that I'm going to do this for starters. Because I don't mind if it doesn't work completely efficiently. I do mind if it works at all. Okay. So. Oh no, we're slightly out of pipe again. Oh, this sucks. Okay. So we'll just shove the ebony princess back in. And why is this on? Right. So now it'll only pulse when there's no princess. Right? Missing queen or princess. Now, is there a possibility that it sucks up the princess, puts it in, doesn't suck up the drone, and then it locks itself down? Because I can see that happening. Worst case scenario is it sucks up the princess first, shuts off the pipe. No, it sucks up everything at once, wouldn't it? I would expect so. Or at least fast enough that by the time the princess makes the loop, everything's already in the chest. So in this way, I can be offline, and it will perpetually generate bees. There'll only ever be one princess, and hopefully there'll only ever be one drone. Let's go analyze this noble one first of all, because I do need noble bees. That's the only way you get Imperial, that's the only way you get Primeval. And I don't even really need Primeval, I'll just have a lot of ancient drones and princesses that I need to get rid of, because they don't do anything. Alright, so in the meantime... I think I need to make a machine to make ice. I also am kind of disorganized as a player. But I'm not really that disorganized. I remember Lasquatch telling me, Fwipp, you really don't like sorting systems, do you? Because nothing in your base is sorted. And me, I just don't put things in weird chests. I just don't have it automated. Sure, I kind of like being able to control things on my own. Wait a minute, the aqueous accumulator has no input. That's weird. So if I put something here... Wait a minute. Aqueous accumulator. It's not a... Oh! Now it is. Maybe? Wait a minute. Oh. I'm wrong. The aqueous accumulator is the machine that in fact creates water. That's not what I want. Oh my goodness, that's backwards. No, the machine that I'm looking for is from thermal expansion, and it creates ice. Now, what is that called? And where on earth in the list is it? Well, I just derped pretty hardcore there, everybody. My bad. Okay, where's the thermal expansion machines? Was that them there? No, that's... well... that's the red power machines. I haven't even really figured out how those work yet. There we go, okay. No, that's Railcraft, isn't it? Railcraft machines. I don't really want to look into steam power. I don't think it's necessary. It's computer craft things. Okay. There we go. Powered furnace, pulverizer, sawmill, induction smelter, magma crucible, liquid transposer, glacial... This thing. Oh. Reception coil is just gold. So I need... Okay. That's a little bit more difficult, but I suppose that makes more sense because it doesn't do stuff on its own. It does actually need redstone power, doesn't it? Maybe? That's what the reception coil would lead me to believe. Because the reason that there's a pneumatic servo inside the aqueous accumulator and the igneous extruder is because they don't need power. That's why those are there. So, does that mean that the glacial precipitator actually needs power? That might be... And that's not an issue. Why am I saying that's an issue? That's like the easiest thing in the world, powering something in this base. I've got MJ, I got EU, I got it all night long, baby. Come on, this is going to be easy. It's full, it's charging. That's good. It's not making ice, though. Wait, if I hit this again... It's off. Right? It's off now? It's off. Upright position? It's on. Ah, that's what that means. Okay. Great, so that's one more component of the B process. I'll leave the electrical engines on while I'm offline. It doesn't matter. Basically, I need ice to acclimatize this thing. Right? So that's one way to get free ice without needing a silk touch anything. Bam. Okay, now the only issue, of course, is if it makes too much ice, it'll just fly all over the place and create entity lag. Hopefully that won't be the case. Shove the ice in the acclimatizer. Is it going to work? Man, that takes a lot of charge out of this thing, doesn't it? I just want to see it go down once. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of power. Well, that's fine. We just right-click on the redstone energy cell, tell it to output 5 per tick. I have to do this, or otherwise the acclimatizer is going to take up all my power. There we go. Now it's going to work. It's a bit of a gradual process, but I think it's necessary. If I really wanted these that work in any environment, the acclimatizer is the machine to go to. Now, it doesn't actually need that much lava or ice. It only took up 32 lava cans as opposed to 64 sand. So how much ice is it going to take before its temperature is down 1? I don't know yet. It is using up a lot of water. But like I said, build craft pump, infinite stream, done. Never gonna run out of stuff now. I really hope GregTech doesn't add in the thing where infinite springs no longer work in Minecraft. Oh god. I would need to do a lot of changes then. But since I'm gonna log out right now, this isn't a big issue. We'll shut down all the machines. And I will see you guys next time. I hope this was informative as far as beekeeping goes, and I hope it was entertaining as well to see Mr. Fwipp toy around with some things he's never toyed around before. These powers are greater than me, and big responsibility, and other movie quotes like that. There we go. Alright, I've also got more plans in the near future for pranks, builds, and things. The reason the roller coaster hasn't been worked on is because... well, I wanted to make it look like an industrial factory. That was a great suggestion. Thank you very much. I believe that was Braden Meyer who suggested that one to me. Thing is, I'm using nickel and aluminum blocks, which of course can't be cut into micro blocks. So I'm going to need a whole bunch of extra. But that's okay, because nickel and aluminum blocks have no purpose other than looking nice, really. So, until I get the resources, this coaster is going to be pretty barren for a while. Unless I get another idea on how to design it. But so far, so good. Is this thing still working? Yes, only when the bee dies will things happen, and the bee hasn't died since we last left off. Exactly. Okay, great. So, I will see you all next time here on the KryptoCraft server. Have fun, friends! Later!